can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Matheus Camilo takes on Viacheslav Borshchev this Saturday on the prelims of UFC 322. Camilo was supposed to fight Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi a few weeks ago, but Al-Sawadi had to pull out. Now he's taking on Viacheslav Borshchev about 3 weeks later. So Matheus Camilo was not very impressed with his last fight against Gabe Green. I feel like in that fight he kind of gave up. You know, he had that slick triangle that he almost had, and once he couldn't get it, it was just kind of downhill from there. Just gave up the back, gave up the choke. Didn't show a lot of resilience to get out of there, but you know, Gabe Green's not terrible. It's his UFC debut. I think that Camilo, I think it was just a bad night for the guy. I think that he's, you know, decent. I think that he's well-rounded. I think he's got nasty calf kicks, good stand-up, really good 1-2, rips to the body, will shoot takedowns, and look to grapple. Can be submitted though, obviously, been sub 3 times. But all around very solid fighter, young guy, has a good chin, haven't really seen him get hurt. Has solid takedown defense, even though this one's going to take place primarily on the feet against Viacheslav Borshchev, who's a former K1 kickboxer. Great body shots, great combinations, very fluid, hunts the body, but struggles against grapplers. And we've seen that several times. We know what the playbook is to get Borshchev out of there. And it's shoot takedowns, get submissions. He's been taken down a lot in his UFC career. He's only got like 42% takedown defense. He was taken down like 4 times by Sadikov. Mike Davis got him down like 9 times. Mark Jacasey got him down 11 times. So great striking, but in terms of MMA skill set, he's just not there yet in grappling. And he does train at Team Alpha Male, but at this point in his career, 8-6-1, 33 years old. I don't see him making drastic improvements in his takedown game and his wrestling. That's what he should be primarily training every day, all day, in order to get better at. Coming off of 2 losses right now, had a decent performance against Tom Nolan. Terrence McKinney came in, took him down, subbed him like in 55 seconds, was dropped. Darce choked by Chase Hooper, had a split decision over James Lawntop. Really good performance against Nazim Sadikov, went to a draw with him, had him in a lot of trouble. He was in some trouble as well. Just not a lot of success in the UFC. His wins are over Makhachev and James Lawntop. Whereas Matheus Camilo, 24 years old, still very young, and you got to give him a little break, a little grace for his UFC debut at 24. Making that mistake against Gabe Green, you know, thinks he's got the finish, has an adrenaline dump. Gabe Green's, you know, not an awful guy, big for the division, moved down to lightweight from welterweight, and had spent some time out of the game, kind of refining his skills as well. So in hindsight, not the worst loss, and I think he's had time to regroup. He was recently in a camp going into that last fight, and then they're throwing this one together. So Viacheslav Borshchev maybe having, you know, 3 or 4 weeks notice going into this one. And I think that Matheus Camilo will be able to hang with him enough on the feet to get some respect, land some leg kicks, kind of stay safe, and then start to work his grappling game. And if you can't really get him to the ground and sub him, I think that his grappling threat will help to open up his striking as well. And I trust his chin. I trust his chin and his defense to stay safe in this one and really get his leg kick game going to help him en route to getting this win. So I think he'll win. You know, I think he can get the submission over Viacheslav Borshchev just because it's such a glaring hole in his game. And Matheus Camilo's got a few submissions on his record. He's got a Kimura win, triangle armbar, had an impressive performance in his fight before coming into the UFC against Dorabshuk Navitov, where he was able to go tit for tat with this guy in the grappling, defend the takedowns, and do a lot of damage on the feet. So I just think Camilo at this point in his career is much more well-rounded. I think that he can hang with Viacheslav Borshchev on the feet and take over if it does go to the ground. But still a pretty close fight. We don't know a lot about Camilo. He is young. Viacheslav Borshchev, dangerous on the feet. Just too big of a gap in terms of the takedown defense and the grappling. And I think somebody like Camilo, who's strong, young, athletic, ever improving, I think he's going to be looking to regroup in this one. And I think he'd be stupid not to try and exploit that gap in Borshchev. So I'm going to go with Matheus Camilo. I think he can get this one done by submission. And if he can't get that done, I think he'll have enough success on the feet, enough control time on the ground to get a decision. Thanks.